Hey guys, what is up? My name is Inji, and this is my 1961 Renault Dauphine. This car was actually sold at Fergus Dodge in Fergus Falls, Minnesota. So up north from where I am, I'm in Minneapolis area. So if you watched my last video on this car, I took the engine out and assessed, sort of damages and what we were working with. There is a lot of corrosion where the cylinder sleeves sat around there. So basically we figured out that the block is cracked and the previous owner actually took the top end of the motor apart and damaged the head as well very badly. Like there's gouges in the head. But basically what we're gonna do today is we actually never tested the chassis electrical. So I wanna see what all is there, what all works. If lights work, if horn works, blower motor, wipers, things like that. So I already started moving stuff away so I can kind of get the Dauphine away from the wall. It's pretty close to the wall. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the Renault away from the wall and we can start hooking the battery up and seeing what works. So this is the engine bay, or was the engine bay. There's no engine here anymore. But yeah, just to recap, basically, if you haven't watched the last video, I suggest you guys go watch that. Basically took this engine apart, took the engine out, and it's actually in pieces here inside of the car. That's why it's so heavy. Usually it's very light, especially with no engine. It's like butter. I actually pushed it onto the trailer myself. So yeah, my concern today is we've got a lot of these miscellaneous wires just hanging out. I have labeled a few of them. Oil pressure sensor, coil to bat stud, things like that. So I'm gonna clean up this area a little bit, make sure there's nothing hanging loose that could arc on something, and then we're gonna put a battery in it and go from there. Look at that little beautiful boy. Okay. Ooh, look at that. It fits. Boom. Let's check the voltage on the battery real quick just to make sure. 1205 is the voltage. It's not bad. Headlight works. Woo! It's real dim. Oh no, Shelby doesn't work. Please. All right, so the headlight works. I put power to the ignition and I heard a little bit of the radio. So let's go look at that. All right, so we've got a handy power probe here. I'm gonna just start putting power to stuff to see what happens. So initially, when we came in, there's light on the dash for the switch. Turn it on. This is supposed to be a horn, but it doesn't work, unfortunately. So that's ground right there. Still got light. You can hear the radio. What the hell? Hey guys, so right after filming this video, I basically went on Marketplace and I found a chassis that I think would be perfect for this build. Here it is. This is a 1994, or what used to be a 1994 Mazda Miata, NA Miata. I'm not sure what engine came in it, but they all kind of have the same chassis, same sort of subframe positioning. I think they only differ in terms of like transmission, differential, drive shaft length. So yeah, I mean, I'm super excited for it. Let me just show you around a little bit and kind of compare the dimensions of the two cars. So starting off in the front, obviously it doesn't have a front clip. This car was actually in an accident very low mile call, very clean chassis. But the previous owner decided, okay, he's gonna cut this up and was gonna do a tubular front end, but just kind of didn't. The project didn't really go anywhere at that point. And then obviously the windshield's busted. I did sell the door, the driver's door already, and the trunk lid. So I bought this chassis for 450 bucks, and it came with the transmission diff subframe, or I don't know what they call it. There's actually a special name for that, but this chassis actually only has 90,000 original miles. Very clean. It had decent suspension on it, different wheels, but obviously he's just selling the roller, so he's trying to recoup his money. It has fairly new shocks. It's gonna need a few small pieces, but for our purposes, we really just need the general idea of a Miata, suspension swap or whatever. And so one of the main reasons I actually got this chassis here is because the wheelbase is pretty much the same. It's about a 1/4 inch difference. It's a 1/4 inch longer than the Renault. So I'm going to show you guys real quick what that actually means. It's going to be approximation, but basically center of the hub to the center of the hub. We're going to give a quick measurement here. I'm going to call that 90 inches or so, if that's okay with you guys. Well, we could also get this online, obviously, but the Renault wheelbase is right about 90, probably like 89 and a half or so. So really, really close. The other big measurements too that I kind of deemed important would be the shocks, right? So what's the distance between these? So we'll call that about 38 and a half. Obviously we're going to be cutting most of the wheel well out here on both sides, but we've got plenty of room for those shocks and strut towers. So pretty decent. I think this way as well is pretty good too. So I did also get a couple of free Jeep seats from Marketplace. I'm probably not going to be running this anyways, but it would be a nice, like, good mock-up sort of seat. Maybe use it for something else. But yeah, guys, let me know what you guys think. Do you think I made the right decision? Is this the right chassis for this build? I think the wheelbase alone just kind of makes it perfect, because what would happen is if it was too long or too short, I would have to either extend or shorten the wheelbase of whatever chassis that I needed to do, and that kind of takes a lot, and it'll kind of add too much complexity to an already complex project. So let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments. Please like, comment, and subscribe. I know we don't post as often as a lot of channels, and life just kind of gets in the way, but I think this is going to be a really exciting way to sort of bring more people to the channel. We're almost at 200 subs, so please tell your uncles, your aunts, your friends, your cousins about what we do here. And yeah, it's great to see you. I appreciate you guys making it this far in the video, and until next time, have a good one.